Pine needle tea. There's a reason why they don't serve this at restaurants. Y'all, I'm here in a pine thicket. I said pine is the key word. Yes, sir. I have seen this in bushcraft, on there on YouTube, all over the place. Pine needle tea. And I've never done it. I've actually been kind of scared of doing it. I'm not looking forward to drinking what I think is going to be something like pine sol. They say it's good for you, so I'm going to give this a try. What I'm going to do is go over here and collect some pine needles off of trees like this right here. But now, I don't know if it's going to show up on the camera, but I see little black spots all over it. Now that could be poo-poo from birds, it could be from animals and insects and whoever knows, man. I don't know what's on these leaves. So I'm actually going to kind of rinse them off just a little bit before I actually try this technique. I'm actually going to grab the leaves from some new growth on this young pine. Now this is the pine tree that I use to set my camera on. And this right here is full of ants. And they're running all up and down. See how they just came out of there when I thumped it? Man, they're everywhere. So I can't set my camera on my tree like I normally do. But anyway, I'm going to grab me a good handful of this and give it a yank. Alright, and I'm going to process this. Now, being I ain't got my camera lady out here, and the fact I can't put my camera in the tree where I normally set up at, I'm having to hold it by hand. Here's the pine needles. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this neck knife, Aircord USA. I'm going to chop the ends of them brown pieces off, and I'm going to cut these things about an inch to an inch or so into chunks. After the water boils, I'm going to put them in there and let it sit for 15 minutes. We're going to give it a taste test. And if I don't show up at work tomorrow, I've already told the boss lady where I should be. They'll probably find me out here, you know, sunny side up or something. Now I cut them up and I put them here in this here Ozark stainless steel trail cup. That's probably more than I need. Like I say, I'm going to rinse these dudes off. I'm going to add a little bit of water to it. Now this may be the wrong thing to do, but you know, you've had bugs and all kinds of stuff on them things crawling. I mean, you want to wash the stuff that comes out your garden, right? So I kind of want to do the same thing. Right, the Trangia burner is going now. I'm having to hold this thing by hand. One thing, you can barely see that flame on there. If you have any doubt, take you a pine straw, stick down in there and see if it lights up. If it lights up, you know you got a flame. There you go. That way you don't have to stick your fingers over there and burn them off. Alright now, my water's about to come to a boil. And I'm going to let it come to a boil. We're not putting the pine needles in there. We're going to take that water and pour it directly into our cup, which I just recently rinsed out, washed them pine needles off real good. And we're going to let it sit in that container for about 15 minutes. Now this here is according to the instructions that I got off the community here at YouTube. I don't believe everything I see. I got to try it first. Well, y'all, I timed it just a little bit too short, I guess. It's starting to sprinkle. Right now I'm not covered in rain. It's a little sprinkling. This hasn't been sitting in here 15 minutes. This has been sitting here about 5 minutes. I'm trying to make sure it's okay to drink, that it's not too hot. Still got some pine needles floating around. Now they say you're supposed to take your spoon and fork in there, or whatever, mash that stuff down, try to extract the fluids and all that stuff out of there. I'm going to go ahead and give it a go. This is my honest taste test. Pine needle tea, only 5 minutes worth of brew. And there's a gnat. The gnat just went in there. Protein. My glass is fogging up. Here we go, wish me luck. That is horrible. Yes, sir. That tastes like... Ugh. Serious? Are y'all serious about this now? Come on. Really? No, no. Alright, the rain's starting to come down now. I don't need to go no further. Maybe if I put some honey or something in it, it might be alright, but it's even got an aftertaste. For real? Pine needle tea? No one of them folks caught scurvy or catch scurvy or something. They didn't want to drink nothing this nasty. They were talking about like turpentine. That's why you don't boil it. I boiled the water and put it in there. Maybe I should have let the water cool down a bit. Anyway, I don't really know what kind of pine this is, but they say to use something like spruce or something like that. So, yeah, hell. Anyway, let's get rid of it. Shane, that was my attempt of trying to do a brew in the sticks. My very first time doing it, and I see why I haven't done it before. It may save your life, but it ain't nothing you want to sit around and just drink as a party time beverage or anything. Well, I think that little adventure went kind of sour. Got a little break here in the raindrops right now. I'm walking back to the apartments. The only thing I carried out here was my cook kit, this bottle of mayonnaise water, and my neck knife here from Aracord USA, which I just got today. So I had to give it a quick little trial. Yeah, to Shane Coffee, a really good guy. You really need to check his channel out. He's got a lot of good info out there. He does a lot of stoves. As a matter of fact, his stoves is pretty much what his channel is primarily about. He loves stoves, all kinds of stoves, the bush box stoves, the too many for me to name. And the fact that Shane really does tell the truth, and he puts forth an effort out there to, you know, want to be a part of the community here on YouTube, makes it worthwhile. So it's not really for his contest, and I'm not saying it's a contest, it's really not a contest. I guess it's a contest. Well, it is a contest, but I'm not going to go into details about it. Which video it was, which one I was referring to, because it was one of those situations where he put it, or he embedded it somewhere in the middle of the video itself. And I figured, well, why not? I've always wanted to do this pine needle tea, and I can honestly say that's why I haven't done it before. That's all nasty stuff, man. Ugh. Maybe I ain't doing it right. Maybe the water was actually too hot. You're not supposed to boil it, okay? I know that. You're not supposed to boil it for 15 minutes. You're supposed to put it in a really good hot cup of water and let it sit for 15 minutes. And then kind of mush it all up to get all those vitamins and stuff out of there. They say it tastes like turpentine if you boil it in water for 15 minutes. Man, I don't know. And it tasted like pine sol. It's just, no. That's just not one of my favorite flavors in the world. Even cooking with the stuff from time to time. Cooking with pine, that's not enjoyable. I've done it, had to. And I found out quick, that's why people like hickory and black walnut and stuff like that, you know. So, whew, something has died here. I'm not going to investigate. Y'all take them easy, take them care. Like I say, this is amateur artist Mark D. Chandler, just having fun while I can before it starts to pour down raining. And remember this, pine needle tea may actually save your life out there in the sticks, but it's not something you want to do as far as being fun. Bye-bye now.